So here's why your bulk is not actually working. My name is Mohammed and I've been training for almost 4 years now consistently and I've made so many mistakes. Right? I'm here sharing with you what actually works. So let's begin. Most people when it comes to bulking, they make two main mistakes. Like they make mistakes in two main things. The diet and the training. But the majority they make their mistakes in the diet. This video I'll talk about both the diet and the training so you come out knowing how to actually bulk properly with zero mistakes. Right? So let's start with the diet. Basically for diet, most people when they start, what happens? They start eating more to bulk. Sounds good, right? And they keep going. And then okay, it's all going good. But then they start like checking their weight. It's been a month. Okay, they gained a little bit of weight. Second month, and they didn't gain anything, and they're just stuck. So they start to blame their fast metabolism. Bulking is not for me. I don't know. And now they don't actually say that they don't know how to bulk. They blame it on their genetics, fast metabolism, ectomorph, body type, all of that. But here's where they make the mistake. Basically, they're not eating more consistently because, bro, if you want to, gain weight and all, you want to be eating more consistently. Like you have to be doing that every day for your weight to be actually increasing. But if you just do it like, whatever, just like, yeah, I'm just gonna eat more. But if you're not really like, truly logged in with it, it's not really gonna work, is it? So now, how do you fix this? Basically, you want to start weighing yourself more, keeping a track of your weight, and testing with your food, right? And honestly, it might be a bit hard at the start, but soon you'll get used to it. So you start eating more and monitoring your weight, seeing if it's increasing or not. And then from that, accordingly, you can like adjust. Okay. And now the second thing, there's like the second type of people when it comes to the diet and bulking, where they get fat fast. So they start saying that bulking is just a way to get fat and just like an excuse to get fat, right? And eat like a child. That's what they say, right? And that's if you do it wrong. Because, bro, with bulking, there's like the perfect path where you're maximizing muscle gain while minimizing fat gain. And there's also the path where you're maximizing fat gain and maximizing muscle gain. So how do you actually do like the proper method where you're maximizing muscle gain and minimizing fat gain? You gotta gain the weight slowly. Nothing too fast, because if you gain the weight fast, you will gain so much fat. And you don't want that, right? And if you gain the weight really slow, you will barely make any progress and it will be like kind of demotivating, right? So where's the sweet spot? Basically, you want to gain 1 to 2 kilograms a month, 2 to 4 pounds a month that you gain. This way, you're maximizing muscle gain while minimizing fat gain. Obviously, doing all of this plus keeping your protein high and everything. And that's like the two most important things when it comes to bulking. That you're obviously monitoring your weight and everything, and you try to gain 1 to 2 kilograms a month. This way, you're again maximizing muscle gain while minimizing fat gain. And now let's talk about the training. Because, bro, you might be okay, like you don't have any problem with the diet, but your training might be messed up and you honestly don't want to risk it, right? So I quickly go over like the main things when it comes to the training. And now, when it comes to the training, there are three things that you must focus on. Number one being the intensity. Intensity is basically like how hard you go in each set. So what's like, the best way? The best way, which is kind of controversial, is to go to failure on every single set. I know I've heard people saying this is not good, keep 2 reps in reserve or whatever. Bro, just go to failure on every single set. I don't like to overcomplicate and go overthinking mode and all of that. I just give you like what actually works, right? Because theoretically, what is best is not what really works in the real world. Just go to failure on every single set, but here's the catch. You want to keep your form as good as possible. Never break your form to get an extra rep. So for example, if you're doing like dumbbell chest press and you're reaching the end of your reps, okay, now you reached here. You can't do another rep. If you break your form, that's the worst thing you could make. Because if you break your form, you could get injured and like there's lots of problems with that. Just if you can't do another rep with good form, the set is ended. That's it. It's not really hard to go to failure. You go to failure while being in good form, right? And that's it for the intensity. go to failure on every single set. And the second thing with the training is the volume. Now, the volume is basically the amount of sets that you do, okay? And this number is pretty important because if you go too low, you will maintain your progress. If you go too high, you will kind of be doing too much, and like it might hurt your recovery and all. But that's honestly not like such a big deal because it's very hard to reach that. But what if you do enough? Like, what if you like do like in the middle? That would be like the perfect spot. Because bro, when you do low volume, you're maintaining your progress. Because bro, when it comes to the volume, think about it like this. You could do low volume and maintain your progress, or go high volume, right? But the best is the in the middle, where you're kind of balanced and you're doing enough volume. Because bro, for the muscle to grow and all, there's the intensity, obviously like challenging the muscle and all, going really hard and all, and there's also the volume, right? You want to be doing enough sets for each muscle, right? So bro, I know you've heard about the low volume training style, where you train really low volume to like save your time and just make gains as fast as possible with like the least effort. That does not work. Because, bro, honestly, I did it and I barely made progress in that time period. So, bro, just don't waste your time doing it. Just do enough volume. And the difference is not like really that crazy. Do enough volume and don't waste your time thinking about low volume training style. Moderate volume. Okay? And now let's talk about the third thing of the training, which is the progressive overload. And now progressive overload is like pretty important. And you might already know it, but here's like the proper method to do it. First of all, you want to choose a rep range, 8 till 12, for example. And now you stick to this rep range in all of your exercises. Okay. So for example, let's say you're doing bicep curls, barbell bicep curls with 20 kilograms. And you start. You can do 9 reps. Okay, next session or next week, try to push to 10. The one after it, 11. The one after it, 12. When you hit the end of your rep range, when you hit 12 reps with 20 kilograms, you can finally increase the weight. And that's how you progressively overload properly. Apply the same logic to all of your exercises. Okay? And bro, that's how you progressively overload properly. You do all of this. Okay? Gain 1 to 2 kilograms a month. Train consistently. Train till failure. Do enough sets. And, progressively overload properly. That will lead to you having a proper bulk. Plus, committing to the bulk for at least a couple of months to see some good results and all. And lastly, if you want more help from me, I got a private community where you get like a full-on course, weekly calls with me, and more. That's going to be the first link in the description. Check it out and join, and I'll see you in the next one. Whoosh.